a ton last year through for Team USA. So just how have you approached this offseason, making sure you're 100% good to go for another long season?
I mean, I think it starts in the weight room. The work that me and Hunter, our strength coach, have put in this offseason has been very important. Just making sure my body's ready to handle the workload and, just ready to go.
Last year, there was, at least by us, a lot of talk of, should he be in the bullpen, kind of pitching more multiple times a week, or should he be in a rotation role? But now this year that you kind of know your role going into the season, just how much does that help you being able to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives me a lot of confidence in what I'm doing week to week. It's nice having a routine, but, just trying to stay true to who I am and, going out there and do my thing every week.
Coaches mentioned it earlier, but to have a full year under your belt, kind of being the Friday night guy, and do it again in year 2, what does that routine and sense of familiarity kind of bring you?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I think last year was a big learning experience for me, being able to adjust my routine kind of weekly. But, I think now understanding what my body needs throughout the week and, understanding the course of a season and what the kind of hurdles that you have to overcome throughout the year. But I think it ultimately, it's helped me learn my body more and learn what I need to do on a weekly routine. And then honestly, this off season, getting it ready for the year.
Ethan, any newcomers stood out to you on the mound as far as transfers or freshmen?
Man, I think we got a lot of talented new guys. Gavin Van Kempen's been a really nice piece. Luke Payne's done well. Colby Weber, Ethan Rose. I could go on and on. I think we brought in a lot of good pitchers this offseason, and it's going to be a fun year for us.
Ethan, I know Coach talks about grit a lot. Can you talk about the mental toughness it takes not only to pitch but to be the ace of the program?
Yeah, I mean, you got to go out there and set the tone. That's the kind of the role that I've taken, is that I want to go out there and set us up for a weekend win. So just going out there and being a competitor, showing the emotion, that's a big aspect of my game, and just competing every pitch.
Coach Knight mentioned Alex Boucher hasn't pitched since high school. Just how have you seen him develop through his time in the bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job. Shout out to Boo. I love that guy. He has worked his butt off all summer. I was here for a little bit this summer watching him throw bullpens, and his development from then to now has been tremendous, and it's really cool to watch.
Ethan, you've been phenomenal and behind every good pitcher is a great catcher. Can you talk about the relationship with Walker Barrett and just the player that he is? Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. Me and him have had a lot we've worked together for the last 2 years. It's been really fun. I also think that we still have other great catchers as well. I think Michael Kalinich has probably been one of the most improved players on our team this past year. But I think ultimately, every catcher that we have is prepared, and obviously Walker's ready to go.
There's a lot of expectations for this team, obviously, that comes with the territory here, and for yourself as well, preseason pitcher of the year. But what are you guys doing to kind of handle those expectations on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I think it's just sticking to what we know, not getting too wrapped up in what everybody else is saying about us, knowing that we're a good team and, believing in what we do every single day, and then just sticking to that, sticking to our processes.
Love watching you pitch with your passion. Can you talk about how much do you feed off of the great atmosphere you have at Clark LeClaire Stadium?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I love getting the crowd fired up. I love when the crowd gets fired up. It makes me pitch better, honestly. I love our fans. It's been a true blessing to play here the last 2 years.
Another old lefty bulldog here with Jake Agnos. What's it like to be able to run things by him, or just ask him anything if you need to?
Yeah, Jake's been awesome. I mean, he's kind of that older presence of pitcher that's played here that you kind of needed. I think he's going to be in the bullpen. I'm not really sure with the pitchers, so it's going to be nice having a guy that's been there and done it for us in the pen. And him and AK have worked really well together, and I'm excited for him moving forward.
You can
talk about the development of your changeup? And we know you threw it a little bit more last year, and has it coming pro this offseason thus far?
Yeah, I mean, I worked on it a ton this offseason. You know, me and AK really got to work on it, and I think it's become one of my most consistent pitches. I'm really comfortable with it, and I'm excited to add a new pitch to the repertoire.
Norby, obviously there's some with Team USA. Just what are some things you took away from that experience and the guys that really helped you learn while you were over there?
I mean, it was a true blessing to play for them, true honor. I think one of the biggest things that I learned was like the confidence that, you know, I belong with that team. It was really cool playing with all those guys, and you know, I got a lot of experience of playing against some of the best hitters in the country, and then playing against Team Japan was pretty cool as well.
I know you mentioned, you know, having Jake around, but also just this past offseason with guys like Trey and Danny being here in Greenville. You know, how does it help you, and what does it say about the program having those guys back and around all the time?
Yeah, I mean, like I've played catch with Gav. I saw Zach and Gavin getting ready to throw earlier today. Like it's just kind of cool to see everything come full circle, that they're still, you know, doing their thing in the big leagues, and they're coming back here and, you know, hanging out with us, getting their work in, and it's kind of just fun to see them do their thing and you know, what it takes to be a big leaguer.
I know there's a lot of work still to be done until February 13th, but just how excited are you for opening day and that atmosphere at Park Claire?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, but you can't get carried away with it. You know, I'm excited to play catch today. Like, that's kind of where it starts. Get excited for my warm-up and get ready to go for this weekend.
Just curious, have you had a chance to pitch live against Connor and see who wins in that scenario?
I have not. A lot of people have asked me about that, but we've never faced each other. Maybe one day, yeah.
Ethan, I had a question as far as the third base expansion. How cool is that for the program, knowing that how much the fans care and they donate a lot of money to make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. You know, being able to, you know, build more here is important, and it's going to be a really nice piece for, you know, not only the guys here, but the guys that are coming in the future. Going to be a really nice thing for pro guys as well, just coming back, and then obviously the fans is going to help them out tremendously.
Ethan, you talk about the emotional on the mound. There's no doubt how noticeable locked in you are on game days. Talk about your game day preparations, and when does that lock in really start?
I mean, it starts from the moment I wake up, honestly. Like, there's a different feeling when I go to class that day, for sure. But as soon as class is over with and I get to the field, it's starting to get into that mindset. And then once I step in that pitching door, getting ready to go to work, like, that's when, you know, I don't really do much talking after that. It's all business.
Hey guys, breaking this one, what do you remember about the run from last season and the way you guys ended last year as opposed to the way it was going in the regular season, and how do you guys kind of replicate that this year?
I think it's, you know, just giving ourselves a chance. I think we were too bound up, you know, not playing for the right things. I think we needed to play for each other, and that's what we did the last, like, 2 weeks of the year. And we had a lot of fun doing it. I think that's the most important thing, making sure we're having fun and, you know, doing it for the right reasons.